The year was 2004. Fallujah, a city in Iraq, became a symbol of resistance, its name synonymous with fierce fighting and heavy losses. The Second Battle of Fallujah, a brutal chapter in the Iraq War, would test the mettle of the U.S. Marines like never before. It was a fight for control, not just of a city, but for the very future of Iraq. The outcome would reverberate across the globe. Fallujah was no ordinary city. It had become a haven for insurgents, a place where they could operate with impunity. The city was strategically vital, a crossroads for insurgents moving weapons and fighters. The Marines knew that to win the war in Iraq, they needed to break the back of the insurgency in Fallujah. Failure was not an option. The stakes were high, and the Marines understood the gravity of their mission. The Marines trained relentlessly for what they knew would be a grueling fight. Urban warfare was a different beast, demanding new tactics and a different mindset. They practiced room clearing, close-quarters combat, and how to fight in a maze of buildings and alleyways. Every Marine knew the risks. They were prepared to face a determined enemy, ready to die for their buddies and their mission. Their resolve was unshakable. The assault on Fallujah began under a moonless sky. The Marines advanced into the city, facing fierce resistance from the outset. They fought house to house, street to street, inch by bloody inch. The enemy was dug in, using tunnels and booby traps to deadly effect. Explosions shook the ground, the air filled with the acrid smell of gunpowder and the cries of the wounded. Yet the Marines pushed forward, their courage unwavering. They would not be denied. "We were taking fire from everywhere," recalled Sergeant Michael Hanks, a squad leader in the 1st Battalion, 8th Marines. "But we just kept moving, kept fighting. We knew what we had to do." Another Marine, Lance Corporal Joshua J.J. Johnson, remembered the constant fear and adrenaline. "Every day was a firefight," he said, "but we looked out for each other. We were brothers." These personal stories reveal the raw courage and camaraderie that defined the Marines' experience in Fallujah. Section 6. A labyrinth of death challenges in the urban arena. The urban battlefield is unlike any other. It is a complex and chaotic environment where every corner, every building, and every street can hide a potential threat. The challenges faced by the Marines in these settings are immense and multifaceted. The urban battlefield presented a unique set of challenges. Navigating through narrow streets and alleys, the soldiers had to be constantly vigilant. The dense urban environment meant that visibility was often limited, and the risk of ambushes was high. Every step forward had to be calculated, every movement precise. The Marines were fighting in a labyrinth of buildings, streets, and tunnels. This maze-like environment required them to be adaptable and quick-thinking. They had to rely on their training and instincts to navigate through the ruins, always aware that danger could be lurking around any corner. The enemy could be anywhere and everywhere. In the urban arena, the line between friend and foe was often blurred. Civilians could be caught in the crossfire, and the enemy could blend in with the local population. This added a layer of complexity to the mission, as the Marines had to distinguish between combatants and non-combatants. Booby traps lurked around every corner. Improvised explosive devices, IEDs, were a constant threat. These hidden dangers could be placed anywhere, in doorways, under rubble, or even in seemingly innocuous objects. The Marines had to be meticulous in their movements, always on the lookout for signs of tampering or suspicious items. Snipers targeted them from rooftops and windows. The elevated positions gave the enemy a strategic advantage, allowing them to pick off soldiers from a distance. The Marines had to be constantly aware of their surroundings, using cover and concealment to protect themselves from these hidden threats. Despite the constant danger, the Marines adapted. They developed new tactics and strategies to counter the unique challenges of urban warfare. Communication and coordination were key, as they had to work together to outmaneuver the enemy and secure their objectives. They learned to use the urban terrain to their advantage, flanking the enemy and using every bit of cover. The buildings and debris that once posed a threat became tools in their arsenal. By understanding the layout of the city and the enemy's tactics, they turned the environment to their favor. Their training and their grit were put to the ultimate test. The urban battlefield demanded the highest levels of endurance, resilience, and determination. Every mission was a test of their skills and their willpower. Through it all, the Marines demonstrated unwavering courage and commitment, proving their mettle in the most challenging of environments. Section 7. Turning the tide moments of decision and victory. In the annals of military history, few battles are as fiercely contested and as pivotal as the Battle of Fallujah. This was not just a clash of forces, but a crucible where the mettle of the Marines was tested to its very limits. The Battle of Fallujah was a series of brutal engagements, each one a test of will and determination. The city, once bustling with life, had become a war zone, with every street and building turning into a potential battleground. The Marines faced an enemy that was deeply entrenched and well-prepared, making every advance a perilous endeavor. The Marines fought with tenacity, pushing the enemy back block by block. Each step forward was hard-won, with the Marines displaying remarkable resilience and tactical acumen. The urban environment posed unique challenges, with narrow alleys and hidden snipers making every move fraught with danger. Yet the Marines pressed on, driven by a sense of duty and camaraderie. There were moments of extraordinary heroism, individual acts of courage that turned the tide of battle. Stories of Marines risking their lives to save their comrades, of soldiers standing their ground against overwhelming odds, became the defining moments of this conflict. These acts of bravery were not just about survival, but about upholding the honor and spirit of the Corps. Slowly, the Marines gained the upper hand. Their relentless pressure and strategic maneuvers began to break the enemy's resolve. The sight of the American flag being raised over a liberated building became a symbol of hope and a testament to the Marines' unwavering determination. Their superior firepower and unwavering resolve began to wear down the enemy. The Marines utilized every resource at their disposal, from heavy artillery to close-quarters combat, to push the enemy back. Their training and discipline shone through as they adapted to the ever-changing dynamics of urban warfare. The tide was turning, but victory would come at a heavy price. The cost of the battle was evident in the faces of the Marines, in the war-torn streets of Fallujah, and in the memories of those who fought. Each victory was tinged with the loss of comrades, a reminder of the sacrifices made in the name of duty and freedom. The Battle of Fallujah stands as a testament to the courage, resilience, and unwavering spirit of the Marines who fought there. Section 8. The Price of Victory, Scars of Fallujah. The Battle of Fallujah was a costly victory. It was one of the fiercest urban battles fought by the United States Marine Corps since the Vietnam War. The city of Fallujah, once bustling with life, became a war zone filled with smoke, destruction, and the echoes of gunfire. The Marines, along with other coalition forces, faced a determined and well-entrenched enemy. The battle raged on for weeks, with every street and building becoming a potential battleground. Many Marines made the ultimate sacrifice, laying down their lives in the line of duty. The sight of soldiers carrying their fallen comrades, the solemn military funerals with flag-draped coffins, and the battlefield strewn with the bodies of the brave, are haunting reminders of the cost of war. Each name on the memorial wall represents a story of bravery, sacrifice, and an unfulfilled future. Their names, etched in the annals of valor, serve as a permanent testament to their heroism. These engravings are not just names, they are legacies of courage and sacrifice that will be remembered for generations. The process of engraving these names is a solemn act, a way to ensure that their sacrifices are never forgotten. Countless others carried the physical and emotional scars of battle. The hospitals were filled with wounded soldiers, each bearing the marks of the brutal combat they endured. Bandaged arms, visible scars, and the haunted looks in their eyes told stories of pain and survival. These scars, both seen and unseen, are lifelong reminders of the horrors of war. The battle left an indelible mark on those who fought there. The emotional toll was immense, with many soldiers reflecting on their experiences long after the battle had ended. The close-up of a Marine's face, showing raw emotion, captures the deep impact of the conflict. Veterans often meet to share their stories, finding solace in the camaraderie and understanding of their fellow soldiers. It was a testament to the courage, sacrifice, and brotherhood of the U.S. Marines. On the battlefield, Marines helped each other, displaying an unbreakable bond and camaraderie. Whether in formation or in the heat of battle, their unity and support for one another were evident. This brotherhood was a source of strength, helping them to endure the hardships of war. They had faced a determined enemy in a brutal fight and emerged victorious. The intense firefights in the urban setting of Fallujah tested their resolve and skills. Advancing under fire, they pushed forward with determination and grit. The sight of victorious soldiers raising their flags symbolized their hard-fought victory and the resilience of the human spirit. But the victory came at a heavy price. The weary soldiers resting after the battle, the destroyed surroundings, and the Marine with a 1,000-yard stare all serve as poignant reminders of the cost of war. The Battle of Fallujah, while a tactical victory, left deep scars on those who fought and the city itself. These scars, both physical and emotional, are a testament to the high price of victory. Section 9. Legacy of Courage. The impact on the war and beyond. The Second Battle of Fallujah marked a turning point in the Iraq War. It crippled the insurgency, shattering their hold on the city. The Marines' victory sent a message: they would not be deterred. The battle also highlighted the complexities of urban warfare and the sacrifices demanded of those who fight it. The legacy of Fallujah serves as a reminder of the true cost of war and the enduring courage of those who serve.